go through some tips that I found helpful for the jade split. Now, you don't have to be super flexible for the jade split. There are some tricks that can help you appear to have a flatter jade than that V-looking jade. And I want to look through some of this from the floor. So if you get close to your pole, and whatever is your split leg, so mine is my right leg, so that's going to be my inside leg. If I were getting into my jade split and I were in an inside hold here, an inside leg hang, I would take that outside arm and grab the outside of that inside leg, and I'm going to extend that. Now, I also want to pull that leg across the center line of my body so that I'm now looking on the outside of the inside leg. I'm also going to be using that inside arm to squish into the pole. So you want to take that palm and squish and squeeze into that pole as you're pulling that inside leg towards your center line. So you have that push and pull happening there. The other thing that's happening is you're pulling down on that leg. So you're pulling down and across the center line so you can look at the outside. That outside leg is then going to drop away. Now the weight of that leg is going to counter the pull that you have on this leg. So you need to be really strong in pulling that leg down. So I'm pulling it down and across my body. Now, if we look at that off the pole, your split leg, if I were to grab that leg and just pull it towards, that's about as far as I can go. So big difference than when I'm on the pole. Here's what's happening, and here's that illusion. When I take that outside arm and I grab that inside leg, again, I'm grabbing it on the outside, I'm going to pull that leg towards me and across the center line. I'm pushing the hips up, the weight of this leg that's dropping back, okay? Again, here on the floor, this is as far as I can go. The illusion is pulling that leg across the center line. So as I pull that leg across the center line, I'm pulling down and across the center line. As I look towards the outside, I'm able to push those hips up and flatten that jade. So I've seen where people will use their hand to support that hip. That's really what you're doing, is pushing that hip up. But if you really pull strong on that leg across that center line and peekaboo around the outside of the leg, as you're pushing those hips up, you won't have to use that hand. And then that's going to allow you to really get that strong push into the pole. So again, lay with me on the floor here. Whatever your split leg is, take it up. Outside arm grabs the outside of the inside leg. I'm pulling down and across, but I'm also going to push that inside hip up. And that's what flattens that jade, okay? So again, I could be here forever, all right? But I'm going to pull down, across, look on the outside, push that inside hip up, and that's going to allow your jade split to flatten. So on the pole, and you can do it, you know, low to the ground. Of course, skin to pole contact is always helpful. Get to an angle that's good for you here. So if I take that inside leg, grab the outside of it, I'm going to squish that palm into or towards the center line. I'm pulling down on that leg and across. I'm going to peekaboo around that leg. So pull down, across, I'm trying to stay where I don't spin too much. As I drop the leg, the weight of that leg, I need to counter it with the pull that's happening here until I can get that flat jade. All right, so I'm pulling down, across, look on the outside, pushing that inside hip up, so I don't need that hand. Use the inside arm to squeeze. So here's another view of what's really happening when you're in the jade split. Some tricks that will help give you that illusion of that flatter jade. So if we look at it from this angle, and bring the legs up to the pole. That inside leg, again, I'm going to grab the outside of it. I'm going to pull down and across that center line, so that when I let that leg fall off, again, I am pulling down, across, I'm looking around the outside of that leg as I drop. So you can see how much I'm twisting here. That inside hip is pushing up. I'm using that hand as well to get that jade flat. And if I show you off of the pole, you'll really see as well. So again, my split leg would come up, outside arm grabs the outside of the inside leg. I pull down and across as I push that hip up. I'm looking around the outside of that leg. So you can see that the center line, I'm pulling that leg across the center line. That pulls your leg into the pole. You're pulling down, and that's the illusion that helps you get that jade flat. So hopefully those tips will help you with your jade. Let me know if you have any questions.